Hello everyone. Something seems wrong. My camera stuck. Let's try and figure it out. Just a tiny second. Oh. Not. Why isn't it working? Only. Yeah, there we are. Now it's working. Yeah. See? I think there's some kind of delay. Do you experience a delay between camera and the audio? Or is it working properly? Shut up. Hey, this is weird. Thing seems to be broken a little bit today. Should be. I think it's working now. And yeah, okay. I'm not sure whether the audio and the camera are synced at the moment. I hope so. Everything seems to be working now. So yeah. Thank you very much for joining today. I'm continuing with the tower project that I've started a while back, and the last episode we were expanding the energy lines after looking for methods to do so, and I think we quite succeeded in one side at least. And well, this is what it looks like at the moment. And this is only from one side, so we have those lines that continue over there. And I want to think about whether I should also implement some upward moving lines over there, or continuing those lines over there. So that's what today's episodes will be about. So let's first take a look at the build, as far as we can do that. Difficult to create some distance now. So this side is completely blank. It does not have any lines whatsoever, except for the Richie down below. It is in sync? Great. Thanks, Stralum. So let's look from all sides. So you can see a little bit of the glow on this side, though there's nothing on here. But there's some glow spill from that side. So, let's see. Difficult to really get a good view on the build. This side obviously is empty. This one is empty. 3 empty. 4 empty. 5 empty. Take this one away. This in the inside. Where? Eventually I won't. This stuff again. This stuff. Let's see. Or something of the yet. Okay. And I campfire now because I some bread. There. Mushrooms. No. Right. Okay. Stalin says sci-fi towers are very simple. They oftentimes have simple lines or windows. Yeah, I guess. At the same time, simple. I don't know whether you can say it's simple because not every sci-fi or futuristic or cyberpunk tower looks exactly the same. There are multiple interpretations on what such a tower might look like. But So yeah, thank God for creativity. Francis, I'm still thinking of that spray can idea. I want to have it in game identity. The idea of taking a material and spraying it on element, actual sculpting, and then painting it. I do think that's a very nice idea. So that you can take any texture and then with a spray can bring it to the color that you want. And you might even have to do some explanations to obtain colors. As for instance, get kinds of flowers, plants, and such. Or maybe even combine materials to get certain colors. I think it's a nice idea. You know what? You know what, Strolling? I'm going to put this idea in Discord. Put your name with it. How about that? We'll have full credit idea. I really like it. My latest live stream, Colin mentioned idea for spray can. With it, you could take any material, spray over it. Over its color with the color. You might need to sort colors, shape, finding materials, but very much like sculpting. Make any material texture a bit. I think for survival as well as creative gameplay. So efficient gameplay, graphics. Yeah. I'm not sure how advanced that could be in this engine because I don't know what the limitations are of this engine. But yeah, graffiti would be cool. Transition between blocks by adding paints at edges. Yeah, I don't know whether that's possible. I like the ideas that you're having. I'm just not sure whether the Elements engine of 4J Studios allows for it. But it's a very neat idea. So it's now on the Discord. Your name is tied to it. So let's see whether 4J picks up on it. But great idea. So we have those energy lines, and what I actually like very much is that they are very much visible from afar. You can really see them. They said no limits, make it as complex as possible. They said to themselves. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see what they have to say on it. As you know, they really look into the ideas that pioneers give, or other people give, even. So I'm sure they will. Forge Studios will respond to it. Whether they will do something with it, I don't know. I hope so, because it's a good idea. And it would set this game apart a bit more from other similar kind of games. So that's a nice bonus as well. Let's see. So we have that. It's really difficult in survival to get a real good perspective. In creative, it's easier because you can fly to different heights, hover and create some distance. It's easier to get an overview of what you want to achieve, and this is the difficulty for me with well, with doing it like this in survival. Therefore, it's for me a little bit difficult to really see how I can continue this. So we have those horizontal lines going on there. And oh, wait a minute, I only did one over there, not two. That intentional? I don't think so. I just forgot to do it. It covered like this. Possibilities are endless. See, you're only limited to basically pixel art. Actual art and sculpts you can paint on your own. Isn't that exactly what would be they said they would want to add? Most difficult thing first system that has to be added very beginning to work. Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know what possibilities exactly are within the Elements engine. Obviously, they have the possibility to easily create textures, because the way that these textures work is you can sculpt anything. Almost every block you can sculpt if they want you to be able to sculpt it. The system automatically uses the textures. So, for instance, the fact that you cannot sculpt lava or an ore has to do with the fact that Forj actually has actively limited that possibility. It's not an inherent impossibility to sculpt those blocks. It's a decision, design decision. So with regard to spraying, I think that would be the same, because you effectively would replace a texture with another texture. The thing is where you go towards edge painting, or maybe even precision painting, using the cursor to follow the crosshair and to spray. I don't know whether that is possible. So let's see. Do I want to get that other ridge on there? Sure yet. I don't know whether I want every side to have texture to it similar way. Also a part of the difficulty. Do you remember why they released this game now? Oh, there's not a single reason why they have released this game. Well, and it's actually not released yet, but still in pre-alpha. But there are multiple reasons to be thought of and that they have mentioned. But the versatility, that's part of it. Yeah, obviously. They have to create a type of gameplay that is recognizable and which is distinct, unique in some way, because there are a lot of these types of game out there, and each focus on different elements, and obviously when you go in a certain direction you create a path dependency. So there are some elements that really determine the future direction of a game, which you cannot easily walk back on. So yeah, several big design decisions or identity decisions have to be made in the now, and they gave people access to the game, not released it. That's a different story. They haven't released it yet. It's publicly available for people, and now it's even more broadly available to people if they have the Xbox Insider hub. But yeah, they want the input of the people that might play this game. And why is this important? Because, you know, I was working on a tower before this one, in a different world, in a different seed. I don't remember in which title update that was. But what was one of the first? Maybe title update 2? And or 3? Then they came with the new update. I think I built it in title update 2. I'm not sure, but I think it was 2. And then they upgraded to the next title update. And suddenly my world was broken. Because certain aspects of the new possibilities were not available in that world. And could not be made available in that world. So I had to abandon it. And that's an example why you want to have those big design decisions and identity decisions early on, because you don't want to break people's game by doing major upgrades. So the main direction should be present in the game already. Your Hytale world is broken. Oh wow. I hope you didn't put a lot of effort in it. Kill this one. Way. So. You had Elementite. I haven't actually played Hytale yet. So I don't know what that is. Basically, my power cut off and closed the game while it was running and basically destroyed the world. Yeah, those things can happen. I'm sure that in the future people will try to make tools to repair such corruption that you're speaking of, but yeah, it can happen, obviously. Ooh. Or any tunneler kills me off. Ooh. Home. In here. Let's see. Can look here as well a little bit. So we have these lines going on and going there. See if I can create some distance. That would be great if there was... So, the question is, should I do a similar kind of line style as I did over there? Or... here we see those lines going up, moving to the side, and the other side they move up further. I might create something similar here. I could also do what Stralen mentioned the previous episodes, those horizontal lines, to keep to make them go round, to create some kind of a base from which I sprout multiple lines to the top. Or maybe because I have here two lines, one line here which I obviously cannot see right now, but it is there. Then go up here. Did my comments get deleted? What comments are you mentioning, Garthym? Not that I'm aware of. I was saying I have a YouTube channel, right? Not during this stream mentioned it, but I know you have. Post a bunch of videos showing how I build. Which one? I did see a video, but I haven't watched a video recently from your channel. Not in the past week. Maybe even in the past 2 weeks. Here we have those lines going up. Hightail, no, I actually haven't watched that many Hightail videos yet because I'm focusing on Reforj right now, but I might in the future look at Hightail a bit more, but no, I haven't watched any Hyto videos, apart from one maybe. So the question is, how should I repeat those lines? Do I repeat them? Do I vary them? I think I would like to have an additional line joining on top of there, but then coming over from the other side maybe. Maybe from top to bottom, then you could carve it easier. Yeah. I am wondering whether, before I continue with the energy lines, whether I should create the tower crown, the roof first. Because at the moment, obviously, the roof has not been on top. So I don't know exactly yet where those energy lines will stop. Because at the end there will be some kind of needle where it comes to, and I think I want the tower to be a little bit tapered, the top, a bit skewed to the right side where that energy line is, to have that part a little bit higher than the top at this side. And I think try to come up this way. It's quite difficult to get a real overview. I might need to go in creative and in a copy game to get a better look at it. Build it so everything is a base. What do you mean by that? See. Gives me a little bit of a view. Build the base of the building to 100% because then you can go and add these line details. Well, this is the building. There will be other structures around it as well. But before I do that, want to finalize this tower. This tower will stand by itself and will be the waypoint, the epicenter, and the center point of it all, of the total base. And underground, it will be connected to other structures. Top is going to look like that? No. No. That's what I'm also thinking about, how the top will look. So the top will, how can I say it? So the top of the building can look a bit this. Oh, so that's what you mean by the base. You mean the trunk of the tower. You mean this part? Then I need to finish this before I continue with the top. Well, at one, there are multiple ways of looking at it, because the flow also depends on what the top will look like. So I also think I want to know the outline of the final total tower design in terms of outline, to see how I can make those energy lines go up. Yeah, it's clear then, but then the design won't be intentional. It will be more like an accident at that point. And for me, it's an entire process where I really want to have an intentional design, not a mayhap. So I don't want to make something that by accident results into something. I really want to think this through, and go through my thought process on this. This was also a part of that part process, where obviously this line here, the long one, go into the side that would be the highest, because proportions matter as well in design. So I do know have to know whether how much room I have on this side and how much room I have on the other side. It's not about smart. This is more about intent. So sometimes I'm experimenting because I do have some vision in my mind, but it's difficult to get a real overview on how to do it, because I am in survival. It is therefore limited. I don't have an easy way to scale the tower, walk around the tower, etc. So there are some real limitations here. I'm not in creative mode, just building something. And I do want to have my own thought process in it, with an intentional design. Yeah. And yeah, maybe bottom to top is more difficult. Yeah, but the same is, it's difficult to build the details if the top isn't correct, because I want to have the energy lines have a certain flow to it, and in order to design that flow, You need to know where it begins and where it's going. If you don't, it's like a journey. If you don't set a destination, you just go walking around. And I have a certain intent. I have a goal, a vision in my mind that I want to put on the canvas. And I'm merely looking in how I can put it there. But in other situations, your method will probably work better. And maybe you're even right, it might even work better here. But it's not what I want to do. That's just the thing. But I do agree on one thing. I do need to do some basic design already. To come towards that tower top. I don't want to just mirror the other side. Like, if you know a builder, they make outlines, they build it right from bottom to top, like a 3D printer directly. Yeah, but there's the difference. Don't look at me like a builder, but more from the perspective of an architect. And that's the difference. I understand it's probably easier to build the way that you are suggesting, but what I'm doing is trying to make up an architectural design, and that's something different from just building, because I am designing and building at the same time. Very different from like a 3D printer, because a 3D printer has a preset design in it and it just prints it out because it has an already a blueprint of what it wants to print. A builder has a blueprint of what he or she or they have to build. In my case, I am the architect as well as the builder, and there's the difference. And that's why I'm not going the route that you are mentioning. At least not in total. Well, do you know that an architect does everything intentionally? So it's not that they just do everything with the blueprints. No, they have a rough sketch first, etc. And only when they have the overall design, they will create blueprints from that. And I am doing that process simultaneously. I appreciate what you're trying to say, but this is the process that I want to go through, and whether it's the right one or not, well, we will see. But I don't think that architects do have a blueprint set and go from there. They are creative. They have a certain intent that they want to bring to life, and they will roughly sketch it and then later look in how they can put that into a real design. It's a process flow. Also in my own work, I sometimes have a specific idea which I have to roughly sketch out before really building on it. And just that means that the thinking process might be quite different from the way that you build it up when you have the idea all set in stone. So let's see. So looking at the energy lines that are already there. Oh, let's watch out. I will want the tower high point to indeed be on that side. So that will be the highest point on the building. And I guess that would make that point over there the lowest on the building. Or maybe even one further. Then it would be very symmetrical. If I put it over there, it's right across. So then it's a very symmetrical taper. Whereas if I do it over there, there's a slight imbalance in the design. And such an imbalance, I think, would create some kind of tension. It's a little bit like with another hobby of mine. I don't know whether you know it, but I also like to aquascape, which is creating a landscape within within an aquarium. There you also create some imbalance through unsymmetric forms. And those often create for interesting imbalance. I would recommend you don't have to make a simple outline with slate around the ring top. Yeah, but so I am actually looking in terms of height differences. Because the tower won't fan out on the top, so it won't become broader. It's the different walls will have different heights and creating for a skewed top. And eventually there will be a very single spot where a needle punches the air. And that spot would be somewhere over there, which would be in the extension of this line, because that will be the ultimate point of the energy. So that's where the energy leaves the building, if you will, on the top side. And because of that, I want to know how far will I take this up? How low will be on either side, and how am I going to build up? Because those height differences, they will determine how much room I will have for different kinds of energy lines as well. But the outline of that tower is therefore for me the base canvas. The canvas that sets the limitations for the rest of the design of the tower. And right now I am having some difficulties to imagine how I want the lines to proceed and where I want them to come towards this side, or even if I want them to come towards that side. That's the difficulty that I'm having at the moment. How did I do it on the other side? That indent. Go to the top, go on the furthest ledge, build up, make it angled. Lower side and build around the circle while moving. Yeah, that's indeed a little bit what I'm thinking as well. And I really think I need to create that part first before I can continue. So let's go down put away the design blocks for a second. So let's put away these elements. Take the basalt. More basalt. More basalt. Stone. Is that all the basalt that I have? Actually, simple. We're talking about a task you could have made this entire time already. Yeah. It's not only about the building, it's also about the process. It's about the idea forming. It's the entire journey. I don't have the intention of rushing this for the sake of being done with it. When you're my age, you tend to take things slowly. You think things through. And you do that because you have experience in things in life. And you just don't rush it. You think about what you want to do and why, how you go about it. It's something that you learn as you get older. And it serves me well. There are a lot of instances that if I wouldn't have paused, thought things through, I would have made grave mistakes. I built my dungeon without knowing what it's supposed to look like. I came up with the ideas on the go too, but at least structured it like a structure. Yeah, but that's your process. And your process is not per definition mine. Like the saying says, there are multiple roads to Rome. And Rome isn't built in one day. Like that's the entire thing of the stream. Think before you build. Well, the thinking is part of my stream. That's how I set it up to be. That's why I'm doing that thinking online while I'm streaming. Maybe it's not for everyone, but that's what I want to do and that's what I'm doing. One. Let's see. How high is it? Here I'm at by 1 4. Here I'm going to have to go the other way around. Here's a part where it's probably easier if I determine what will be my lowest point. I think I want the lowest point to be here. That way I don't have a symmetrical build. So here would be the lowest point. There would be the highest point. That means that this side will build up faster towards that highest point. I think that highest point has to be higher than the now. So I think if I want this to be the highest point, I need to go that way round. Gradually build up. And that circular movement determine the highest point. Then from there, I can determine how I can come back towards this point through this line. But then the height difference is set already. It hasn't at this very moment. What I mean with outline is you don't even need to fill it. Just build it how you think. I think the best way is simply tower up to a certain height. Go left, build up to the same height. Go left, build up. Same height. Go left tower. Same height, but go 1 block higher. But then go side, build up 1, go again, build up 2 blocks. Almost similar to what I'm thinking, but a little bit different. But yeah. So I think, and I'm just wondering whether I should do 2 steps and then like this. So instead of take 1 instead of with each block going 1 up, maybe make 2 steps, go one up. 2 steps, 1 up. 2 steps, 1 up. Maybe something like that. And I also think 1, 2, 3. I might need a corner of 3 or something, or maybe 4, to create the lowest point. So something like this. Then here 2. Like this. Then build this one up like this. Yeah. And that's the field that I haven't figured out yet. But I will try this first. If it doesn't go up fast enough, I can always correct for it, I guess. So this is 1, 2. Then this part would be easier. Let me first go around here, because obviously it's difficult to do that later on. And we just build up to the same height, and again just simply chip it down like cutting a piece of wood. Yeah, that's also a way, but because it's quite tedious to sculpt those corners, I'd rather not do it like that. If this wasn't so difficult a process, I might do it like you are suggesting. But as it stands now, the way to sculpt this way is quite difficult. Reforj, Forj is looking into that, because they acknowledge that this is a little bit difficult in terms of process to sculpt, because you have to be very precise in your aiming. No, you're not able to crouch, so that's another issue. If I go too far, I will fall down. And that has happened more than once. So that's not a possibility as well. So it's quite well, dangerous and a difficult task to do this. That's why this process is a bit slow. Again, else I would probably do it the way that you were suggesting. Because I do think that would be easier. Two. Ah, no. I want... Quite a difficult process, this. But it's nothing we haven't done before. Just we know it just takes time to do so. Maybe if you place scaffolding a bit from the outside. Yeah, but there is no scaffolding in the game as well. So I would have to do it with blocks. And then I have to build up the blocks. And then I would have to remove it. And I would have the same issue again. So I found that this is the fastest way of doing this at the moment, like this. And scaffolding is actually one of my greatest desires at this moment to have game. Two, one, two, one, two. This has to be a expandable block like dirt. Well, I understand that the thing is just I don't want to waste any resources at the moment. And when I break it, it will fall down, and I can only use it for a limited time at a specific height, because then I have to break it down and continue to the next part. That said, the other thing is the blocks are so bulky. So yeah. It cost me as much time to do that as it is taking me to do this. This part of the day is quite hard because this is the darkest hour in the game, one of the darkest hours at least. I agree. If you would be able to sneak on the edges, would definitely make it much easier. Because now I have to really watch my footing. I almost went. Did you see? That almost cost me. With the spray can, I thought with that you could make builds basically infinitely improvable. Think about it. In Minecraft, how many times do you see the same exact setup to make something look? Yeah, obviously. With the, I already mentioned. I really like that idea, and I think it would bring a lot of versatility, and allow for many different designs. But also think about it. Why do you see the same exact setup in Minecraft to make something look like a certain thing? Because it works. But also with the spray can, eventually, if people find a design that works, they will copy it and repeat it. Does it make it a lesser idea? No, not at all. Because it doesn't change the fact that adding a spray can provide more creative ideas. Actually, at this moment, though we have the sculpting, we are missing quite a few essential elements. Those might be quite simple elements, but for instance, a gate or a fence. I mean, quite easy thing to have. Like graffiti, it as creative as actual drawing. Yeah, depending on how 4J would implement it, of course. But I understand what you're getting at. But even then you're talking more about artistic design. And then you're not talking about shaping something in such a way that it resembles an element. I don't think that a spray can would fulfill a function as in terms of, okay, now it looks like a lamppost, or now it looks like a statue. No, I don't think that is what the spray can will do. But it will add in different manners. Yeah, that's... Hey. Hey. Oh, no, this is one of the reasons why you would want to be able to sneak. Oh, there we go. Whew. Or maybe this is a good moment to look at what the design is doing. See that from down here? Maybe go up a little bit. Wow. I don't think it's that simple, Stralung. I think you are now looking at it too much from a Photoshop kind of perspective. I think a spray can to color stuff would work. Whether you are able to do a free paint, I don't know, and whether that would change forms. I don't think that fits the game as such, because then you're talking about more like a design game. Maybe if it was entirely creative focused, I might agree. But if it would be that, this would not be my game. Because I like the constraints of survival. Harsh as those environmental elements might be. Well, the concept art, there's not... I haven't seen graffiti as such in the concept art. And you know, the idea about the spray can, even in the way that you're looking at it, is a nice idea. Whether that would be how I want it, I don't know. I don't think so. Does that make it a bad idea? No. Not at all, because I'm not the only one playing this game. Other people have opinion as well. Mine is only one of the opinions. Well, there are more shapes possible in the game. The thing is that they are looking for ways to make them available to us. Because if you look at this wheel, you already have a big wheel with those different sculpts. And you have different menus for other parts. And they're looking in ways to do that. Because, as you might have seen before, there's something like contextual sculpting as well. For instance, let's place a block the side of this if I can make that happen. Oh, okay. I have this block. Yeah, I'm placing this block here. I'm going to sculpt this corner. You see this shape coming off of it. If I now, oh shoot. Oh. Oh, let's do it on a safe place then. So, contextual design. If I have this shape, yeah, and I want to sculpt this corner. I have this shape now. If I do the place a block here and I do exactly the same thing, I won't get this shape. I will get that shape. See? So there are multiple shapes possible. And if you look around in the game, you will see other forms as well. And 4J is looking for smart ways to disclose those shapes. And it might even mean that there will eventually be additional wheels that you can go through the shapes that when you select that instead of selecting here the triangle, that you can go towards specific shapes that are predefined, or even that you are able to place a block shaped in that form instead of having to sculpt it. Maybe depending on your mining bracer class. If you're very high level, that you're able to place it without having to sculpt it afterwards. Who knows? So indeed, there are more shapes available. I believe they talked about something like 1,000 shapes. There are something like 1,000 shapes possible in this engine, but not all of them have been made available in the game itself, in the generation, or in the user interface. But the engine allows for them. That's how 4J explained it, and at least that's how I understood their explanation. Put it at that, because it doesn't mean I'm right, but that's how I have understood it. Not only I, but also other pioneers think of it that way. What I thought about with a spray can is that you can combine grass and stone in a way that it looks totally seamless, not blocky, even though it is. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean. I'm not sure whether the engine allows for it that in that way. It's I understand what you're meaning. If for instance, if you, it's like this is a block, and if I sculpt it, the rest of the block I could fill in with another material, for instance. Through using the spray can. I don't like this. Way too dark now. My taste. like removing in the perception block material on it. Yeah, I understand what you mean, but I don't know if it's possible within the constraints of this engine. I don't know. I couldn't say. One question, how do you want to actually go down right there? Shouldn't it connect? Yeah, it should. And actually, good that you're asking it. So there, it's only 2 wide. And over here, the lowest point, I have made 4 wide. So what I want to do is to move up there and create a situation where it connects in such a way that I have yeah, say it. I have 4 blocks. I think I need to have leave soon. I have 8%. Yeah, I think I will also be on for at the max 15 minutes more, I think. Because after that, I have some stuff to do still. But I do appreciate that you were here struggling. At your end, it's probably as late as at my end. Okay, struggling. Good night. Sleep well. Use a disconnect from channel. You're a bit of a prankster, aren't you? Now they're the same height. See. So, what is the height difference here? So we're at 195, 194. 194. And what height is highest point? Two 114. So we're talking about a height difference of 20. And going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 per step. This including this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. AK Forge, you forgot about the stream. You were the one actually telling me I had to do a makeup stream. I will have to catch up late. Yep, you will have to. You have been streaming today as well, haven't you? The hardcore worlds? I have been busy editing and watching the QSMP. Help me out here, QSMP. What is that? QSMP. I feel I should know it. In hardcore yesterday and almost died. Is the poll still running? Minecraft. Lingual server. Okay. But what does QSMP stand for? Then. Not really anything, just based off of the owner's name, but it's a server that has a lot of different languages and they can speak their native language with the real-time translator mod. That sounds cool. Any known Minecraft players on there? Probably. Two. Phil's my main streamer I like to watch. Phil is known for his 5-year hardcore world dying and is now almost 7-year-old. I believe I know that one, yeah. Pockety? That doesn't ring a bell? But I believe Filza was even in the news here when that happened. Yeah. It was on the international news stations. Do now. I need to do. Sure whether I am. I think this is actually coming towards the right. height. This height. I can send you a clip of me almost dying and you can play it on stream. A little bit difficult because I changed my scenes and I don't have a scene editor ready where I can do that. But that's a good thing in terms of I should think about that. Like this. So you sent it anyways. I will take a look at it shortly. Okay. Let's see whether this has done what I want. This side you see the taper. Going up off in a quite a steep angle. Need to go towards that side. See how that height increase working. Because on that side there's also a height increase, but it goes slowly. See? Context, I was looking at my TV which was playing the stream just so I could see the bit rate. Okay, no, I already know what happened. Okay, this looks wrong. This looks wrong. This isn't at all how I imagined it. This is not how I imagined. This isn't working. Yeah, I hope I make it in time. Obviously, tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central European Time, we will be doing another episode for Reforj. So make sure you watch that as well. It's with Kforge, with Chunray and Z4. We won't be all playing simultaneously. Most of the times it will be in pairs of two. Kforge is hosting the series, so he has created the world of, sorry, they created the world, and they have to be online each time that we're going to play it, as 4J Studios hasn't created a perpetual server to use. I believe that will come later. Yeah, I thought he mentioned something like that the last time round. But that's actually what we mentioned before, that primarily the first hour would be me and Chunray, and then the second shift would be done by Kforge and Z4, with the understanding that Kforge has to be in both sessions to host the world, because we cannot share the world. So I was looking for a imbalanced asymmetrical incline. So here I have a steep incline. Well, you have to be in the first as well because you have to host the world. So yeah, you can either sit idle or play as well. It's not a competition, else it would have to be different, but this is a shared world that we're building together, so yeah, why not? So here we see the increase going slowly, but I think I overdone it. I think the balance, the imbalance is not imbalance, if that makes sense. Let's look at from the other side over here, because there I can see how it draws up to the highest point. So with the night falling in, it might prove difficult. Go to that highest top over here. I will have to end the stream in a few minutes. And now it's dark. I have to wait till it's light again so I can really see the outline. But I think I made this side going up too slowly. The other side maybe too rapidly. Or the other element could be other element should be symmetrical, but higher end has to be more narrow and the lower end should be more broad. Then work up in the same steps toward those highest points. But because of starting broader, going up towards a narrower top, that might also create an imbalance. But then that imbalance would be balanced. Do you follow? So I think that is what I need to do. How can I explain this easily? Can I explain this easily? So if this would be the lower side of the octagon, then this would be the high side, and from that you would build round going toward this taper, which is a narrow taper compared to the broad base. Obviously then carried out within the octagon. What do you think? I think that's the answer that I'm looking for. That's the thing I need to create. Then I will have a tapered crown. Oh, I really need to get some bread. So my health up. So that's what I need to do. I need to paper toward that element. I think now it's not working. I'm playing and stream with you guys sessions because I already have the stream stuff and promo already. Oh, you already have it ready. I still have to do it. But I will do background work with the. Well, he does his video. I will be streaming as well, by the way, if that wasn't clear yet. Shame we don't have ladders yet. Do have stairs, but I don't want to build a real staircase yet. Because I have to design the inside still. So currently I have that as the lowest point. This one goes up very steeply and this one goes very slowly, and it's entirely out of balance right now. And there is the energy line. I am wondering. Because I think at the moment I am having okay. It's so difficult to see the perspective of the shape. Because I think a slight imbalance is possible, but not the imbalance as I have right now. Obviously, this is the side where the power line comes up, the energy line. So it will have to come through here eventually. But as it stands now, it's not shaped correct. It just isn't. Just isn't. So this is one side. Two. E. This is already the third side. It's 4. 5. And 5 is directly across the highest point line. 5. This would be 6. Am I wrong? I cannot see it anymore. That is one side. That is a side. 2. 3. Difficult to see the shape. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, honestly, I'm getting really distracted by the QSMP that's playing on TV, lol. I understand, and I actually need to stop for this for today because I need to do some stuff still before I go to bed. I haven't been able to do exactly what I wanted yet. Tower is not in balance and not the imbalance that I was aiming for, but the real imbalance. I think I know how to fix it, but I do see it's difficult to get it in perspective because for some reason, although I built those shapes, you don't get the depth in view, so I cannot really see how the shapes are moving there, and that's a difficult one because I thought I will be able to see it, but I am not seeing it. That's something I need to give back to 4J as well, because a part of the success for the engine is that you are able to see the shapes that you are making. And although I made that octagon, it's really difficult to see the sides. And also that's maybe it's because I haven't smoothed out the inner surface yet. So it might have to do with that part is skewing my perspective. But I also think it has to do something with the shading. I'm not sure yet. You should try difficult sculpts in another creative world, maybe same seed. Well, I think I know what I want to do, and maybe I will try it out first before I will next build it. By making a copy of this world, I could make a copy and put it in creative, and that way, first check out whether that flow would work. But I am curious to know whether the shading is an element that hinders me from really seeing the different sides of the octagon. Because even from the outside, where it's smooth, I sometimes have difficulties to see the views. So let me see. He jump scared me with that falling. Well, it was not falling. I jumped. So it was not falling. I knew what I was doing. I have jumped that tower quite often. When's the next video? Well, tomorrow is the next video. Well, live stream with Reforj. By Kforge, you already know that because you're in it as well. Then, in terms of this series, the next video will be next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central European Time. And probably also in that subsequent weekend. So not coming weekend, but the weekend after that. So I'm thinking that probably Wednesday will be a fixed streaming night. And the Saturday bi-weekly. Eventually, when this tower is done, I will also create a short video on it. For those that do want to see the tower built, but don't want to go through the entire journey of the thought process, etc., but just want to see the highlights of the build. Oh, that's an hour difference then. Yes, indeed, because the coming weekend we will have a clock adjustment due to daylight saving. Like a montage. Yeah, so yes, indeed, there will be a montage of the power project. Obviously, this series will continue because so we're now focusing on this tower. This will be more like a citadel, if you get my drift. So there will be a lot more structures. But for the tower project within that series, I will then make a separate video, 20 to 30 minutes probably, which will show the highlights of the start of the build towards the end result. In a faster pace that I'm doing now, because obviously there's a lot of thinking, a lot of mistakes being made, a lot of talking, and I will want to compress that into a single video for those that want a summary. But yeah, we were talking about time zones. So I'm on Central European time. And coming weekend, the clock will be put an hour forward due to the summertime. So yeah, that changes the time offset towards other regions. So coming weekend there won't be a stream. So only tomorrow, and then the next stream will be the Wednesday, the following Wednesday, and also that same Thursday there will be a Reforj stream again. And then that Saturday or Sunday, there will be a Let's Reforge of this series again. I will publish that on my channel as well, so that that you all know when the next streams will be. I am a bit lazy at the moment in terms of videos, so you might have noticed that I've not been posting a lot of videos or no videos at all, not even shorts. I am optimizing my work process in the meantime, doing this live stream series, but there will be videos, and the tower project montage will be one of them. For now, thank you for watching. Yeah. Okay, for saying I want to constantly stream on Tuesdays, but in real life, always makes it hard. Yeah. Real life is what happens. So obviously we have to give real life priority towards content creation. Because at least for me, Kforge, the content creation is a hobby, not a means of income. Not by a long shot. We don't make any money of it. Obviously, not even possible with only 65 subscribers at the moment on my channel. But yeah. Okay, again, I'm going to stop the stream. And thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, put them in the comment section of this stream. And if you want to get notified when another live stream is up, you can subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bells, and then you will be notified when I go online. So yeah, see you tomorrow maybe on 9 p.m. Central European Time, where Chunrei, Kforge, Z4, and I will be going for the sci-fi survival build. See you then.